Today we're diving into the heart of Hypixel Skyblock to uncover the ultimate secret to maximizing your mining profits. Many players out there, including myself, have been drawn to mining as the best stable money-making method, but a lot of them end up doing it wrong or very inefficiently. But worry no more, because in this video I'm going to show you how to do it right. I'll be sharing the exact strategies you need to implement to turn those ores into massive bank balances, so get ready to start mining. Oh, and also if you enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing. My name's Nikabe, let's go. Now, I assume a lot of you watching this video are going to be armadillo miners. If you're not an armadillo miner, a lot of these tips can still apply to you, but most of these are for armadillo miners. Now, the first way I can think of that you can easily boost your profits by does not require any skill, any gear upgrades, it's just changing your route. I used to use a bad amber route, which I used to think was good. I mean, it's kind of good, but there are way better routes that I could have been using. Back then, I was making about 30 mil an hour using the amber route, a bit more, I'm not quite sure. But I do remember after switching to my sapphire route, I was making up towards 10 mil an hour extra just from switching routes. The route that I switched to will be linked in the description. It is Sapphire X6. Right now in the game there are even better routes than what I'm using right now, but they are private routes. I'm pretty sure this is the best public, and I think this is also the route that popularized armadillo mining, because before that people used to structure dello, but this route actually made more money than structure delloing. For the second tip, I'm actually gonna go over to the route that I use. Anyways, the tip is to never mine the full gemstone. Well, sometimes you might if it's a small one, but a lot of people think that it's necessary to mine this entire gemstone. Don't do that. You're actually losing money when you mine the entire gemstone. Instead, you should hop on your armadillo, only do one swipe like that, and then get off of it. If you keep here jumping, it's like, oh, I forgot that glass block. Okay, now I got that glass block. That is actually going to lose you a lot of time, and it's a big mistake that a lot of people make. So yeah, just do one 360, teleport to the next block. Don't waste your time getting all of the glass panes. Now, I went over this tip briefly in my last video, and I'll say it again. You need to use alternating rules. Now, you may be wondering, what is an alternating rule? Now, if you open up your pets menu and you have an auto pet rule down here, if you don't, you need to buy one from the auction house. Just click on this, and you should copy my rules right now. Here's rule 1, here's rule 2. Thing is with traditional rules is when mining, you might teleport into your armadillo like this. So let's say I'm standing on top of this armadillo and I want to teleport somewhere. Say over there. I can't because the armadillo's in the way. Now there's a fix for this. You can just move away from it and then teleport. But moving away from an armadillo is downtime, and I do not like downtime. So what I do instead is right when I'm done mining the gemstone, see I'm on my armadillo right now mining the gemstone, I swapped my fishing rod, teleport to the next block, and equipped it again. It's more efficient. It can make a few mil an hour extra. And keep in mind, this is completely free. You don't need any more gear upgrades. The only trade-off is that you may have to get used to it a bit. So if you've been using traditional rules for a while, I would recommend sticking with those. If you're a newer armadillo miner, I would recommend switching to alternating. Also, this pet should be an endermite. If you don't have an endermite, it can just be whatever pet you want. You don't have to buy an endermite. Now, when talking about maximizing profits, there are two factors that come to making money. First, it's how much you can make per hour, which is the big factor that a lot of people focus on. But another factor that's just as important that a lot of people don't focus on that much is the time you're able to mine. If a dude who makes 30 mil an hour mines for 2 hours every day, he will make 60 million a day. But if another dude who makes 50 million a day only mines for 45 minutes a day, he'll make like 40 mil or something. I don't know, I'm not good at math. So yeah, my point is that if you're able to find a way to mine more and not get bored, you'll actually make more money. And now there's one strategy that I find that's really effective for this. That is mining in the morning. If you can't mine in the morning due to school or something, that's fine. You can still probably do it on the weekends. Every weekend on Saturday and Sunday, I wake up in the morning at like 9 or something and start making my route. If I start mining in the morning, I'm able to set up my route extremely efficiently, and I'm able to mine longer without getting bored. So instead of mining when you come home from school and you're extremely tired and stuff, try doing it when you have a lot of time, and especially in the morning. My final tip for any miners out there is to watch out for pristine proc. I briefly went over this in my last video, but I'll go over it more in depth now. So the first question is, what is pristine proc? Basically, this only applies to armadillo miners, but when jumping on your armadillo, there's a small time before your drill stats actually update. That means you'll have a lot less stats for about a few milliseconds. Now, how many milliseconds? That depends on your ping. I have about 164 ping, so I have to wait about 164 milliseconds, which isn't that much. All I do to pass the time is just quickly look to the left and then to the right to start mining. But if you live in the US and have like 18 ping, you don't even have to wait at all. You can just completely ignore this segment. Anyways, how do you know you'll actually get pristine proc? First of all, you'll be getting a lower amount of pristine in chat. For example, right there, I just got 17, which is pretty low. Well, it's actually not pristine proc, but it would be if I had my drill out. This number will vary from person to person. For example, while holding a gemstone gauntlet, my pristine proc would be X16, but while holding a titanium drill, which is more mining fortune, mine would be 17 and 18. And how can you prevent this? There's a mod called collate, which if you scroll down after typing /CW, there's this thing called pristine sound. My proc sound is fire.ignite, my proc volume is 3, and my proc pitch is 1. When holding a titanium drill with about 1,890 mining fortune, my pristine proc is about 16, 17, and 18. Yours might be lower, like 15 and 14. Basically, you just gotta check. The way you can check is jumping on your armadillo without holding your drill, and then just immediately swapping to a drill. I got a 17, which means my pristine proc for holding a gemstone gauntlet is 17. It might not beat it at first. You want to try this over and over again and see the lowest number you can get. So yeah, that's pristine proc explained. If you do have any questions for this is a pretty weird topic, just feel free to ask me in the comments. Anyway, I do believe that's all I have for this video. If you ended up enjoying the video, please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one.